Number 10, Ons Jabeur. Number 9, Caroline Garcia. Number 8, Maria Sakkari. Number 7, Marketa Vondrushova. Number 6, Elena Svitolina. Number 5, Jessica Pegula. Number 4, Coco Gauff. Number 3, Arina Sabalenka. Number 2, Elena Rybakina. And number 1, Iga Świątek.
John, I won't want to go cool down, but we can do a couple.
Yeah, right now?
Yeah. Okay, sure.
Okay, great.
You got it all inside of you.
Yeah, should work fine. Can I have 10 seconds or 20 seconds?
Okay.
I didn't know, sorry.
All right.
That's fine. He just wants to. Yeah, yeah, no, that's fine. You can just time and then
Feel it to be true. And when you dance out.
Yeah, sure.
Is it okay to stand here or you'd rather sit down there?
where do you want me?
Standing here?
Here?
Is okay?
Okay, yeah.
I don't want to, make you stand up for too long. Okay, let me just check the camera's on. Yes, it is. What a return! Leila Fernandez! Think about Match point, ladies and gentlemen. Championship Billie Jean King Cup point. Get her in somehow. What attacking? What defense? Wow! Wow! Look at this!
I was probably a little bit bamboozled with with everything. Sorry.
And Billie Jean King Cup 2023, that's a wrap. Have on chauffeur. I have shisha. If there's one match from Rafa's story where you think that was a missed opportunity, There was a big chance. There
have matches,
2.
or 3 in Australian Open. No more. We lose the opportunity in Wimbledon against Djokovic in semi-final.
2018.
Then we lose the opportunity more important because that was semi-final. We lose the opportunity in Australian Open. In the Australian Open 2014, 2012 and 2017.
Yeah.
In 14 because he has an injury against Wawrinka that before he had never lose against him. Then with Djokovic and Federer, he had breakup in the 5th.
Yeah.
And 40-30 or 30-50. I don't remember well. It was a ball very close, goes up. But this is what happened. There was in Roland Garros 2009. Of course, he I am sure that he won. He will win. He won this tournament when he has no problems in his knee, because at this moment he was the best. He won Australian Open, then he won the tournaments on clay, and he arrived with problems in Roland Garros. For this reason, in my opinion, he loses. But there are others time that maybe he has to lose and he won.
Ready? Play.
And now here I go slice. This is normal flat. See, sometimes you don't actually. Sometimes you don't. And now here I go slice. This is normal flat. So see, sometimes you don't actually. Sometimes you don't. And now here I go slice. This is normal flat. So see, sometimes you don't actually. Sometimes you don't. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button.
don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis. Hi Novak. I don't know if you saw what Vasek said last night about organising and tennis could and should be even bigger than it already is. If only the people organising it were doing their job properly. He highlighted the balls, he highlighted playing late at night and then early in the morning and injuries. I just wondered whether you heard that, but also if you'd like to add something.
No, I haven't heard that. I actually saw Vasek just before I came here to see you guys, but I haven't seen his statement on that. But there's been a lot of discussions on the effect of the different balls and basically every week on the joints and the wrist and the shoulders and the elbows. And I think someone told me that in terms of injuries this year comparing to other years is drastically has gone up. So in terms of the balls, I absolutely agree. There should be some discussion on that. I actually spoke about that with Andrea Gaudenzi, the ATP president, and Massimo, who is the CEO, in Paris during the Paris-Bercy week. And I shared my opinion and my views, and then obviously they are thinking about various different options and ways of how to regulate that and how to make it better for the players and prevent injuries. In terms of the scheduling, I think there has been a lot of criticism and a lot of basically players complaining about it. So I think that should be addressed in a proper way. Obviously, Davis Cup and ITF is regulated differently from ATP Tour and from Grand Slams. You have different governing bodies, different schedules, different broadcasting demands. In the end of the day, we know that the TV is the one deciding, fortunately or unfortunately, but you know, there has to be more, I guess, thorough discussions on that as well.
Ready? Play.
Hello to everyone tuned in to Talking Tennis. I'm Jerome. I'll be bringing you some live comms from Abu Dhabi, the WTA 500 final between Rybakina and Daria Kasatkina. Rybakina won the toss. She will serve first. Just got my stream up here. She's about to serve for me. But yeah, the head-to-head between these two guys, these two women shared equally at 2 apiece. They've actually played once each year for the past 4 years, and this is their 5th meeting. So this will be for the bragging rights. The last meeting was in the 2023 Montreal quarterfinal, where Rybakina actually rallied from a set down to save a match point en route to beating Kasatkina 7-6 in the deciding set. So yeah, Rybakina 15 love here. Ooh, bit of luck there. On the let cord, takes it to 30 love. Pretty straightforward service game so far. Be interesting to see what happens in this one. Two kind of contrasting game styles. Rybakina, obviously 6 foot, big server, big hitter of the ball, pretty your average classic WTA power hitter.
Number 9, Caroline Garcia. Number 8, Maria Sakkari. Number 7, Marketa Vondrousova. Number 6, Elena Svitolina. Number 5, Jessica Pegula. Number 4, Coco Gauff. Number 3, Aryna Sabalenka. Number 2, Elena Rybakina.
Pretty straightforward service hold there for Rybakina. Easy as you like. I think the serve is going to be crucial today. She's known for her big serving prowess, but obviously 2 of the tour's informed players going at it today. They've had interesting starts to the season, both of them. Rybakina, of course, an emphatic start to the season, going all the way in Brisbane without dropping a set en route, beating Sabalenka in the final, which, considering what Sabalenka went on to do a few weeks later, is, a big feat. She's won 5 WTA titles in total, including, obviously, if you add in an additional 6th of that 2022 Wimbledon crown. So yeah, Kasatkina on serve here. That forehand chop already in action from Kasatkina. We're going to see a lot of that today. Grinding these points out. Unlucky from Rybakina at the net there. I think that's another thing I like about Rybakina. She's maybe not the best volleyer, but she's not afraid to kind of, when she gets the chance to move in and go for those shots on volley. So it's going to be interesting to see how she fares at the net today against someone like Kasatkina, who, is going to be grinding things out from the baseline. I think one of the main ways to get past her is to come in and Rybakina is not short of, you know, powering up those approach shots and coming in. It's a long backhand cross exchange. Yeah, just long from Rybakina. Yeah, so Dasha Kasatkina, she's also had a bit of a topsy-turvy start to the campaign. She opened with, you know, the quarterfinal in Brisbane, losing to the eventual finalist Sabalenka. Then she lost in the final of the in Adelaide the week after to Ostapenko, followed by a couple of disappointing second round exits at the Australian Open, just as Rybakina did as well, who lost in the second round. I'm sure many people remember that tiebreak in the third set against Blinkova, 22-20. You know, incredible stuff. I remember watching that, just thinking, what is going on? But yeah, we'll see. Double fault there from Kasatkina, first of the match. Brings it to 40-15. All of these guys, all of the pairs head-to-head matches have come on hard court. They did actually play once in Abu Dhabi on the same court, you know, over 3 years ago. I think it was in 2021 they played in the third round of Abu Dhabi, and Rybakina got the better in straight sets. So it'll be interesting to see how she fares today in the same conditions against Kasatkina. Pushing that one wide. Now Rybakina brings it back to 40-30. Bit of a look in. Both of these players are pretty tired, I assume, from their 3 setters yesterday. Both of their semi-finals. Another double fault there from Rybakina. Both of their semi-finals yesterday going the distance. Kasatkina might be the one a bit more on the tired side. She went to 7-6 in the third against Beatrice Haddad-Maia. After winning the opening set, she got pulled back, but then produced some good tennis to, you know, to get over the line when it really mattered, beating Haddad-Maia, the 6th seed, in just under 3-hour contest. But Rybakina got the better of Samsonova yesterday evening. It was the 5th time they played, and she finally got her first win against Samsonova, the Russian, in a 3-set match. At the 5th time of asking. Yes, sunny in Abu Dhabi on that. It's pretty rainy actually where I am in Wimbledon, just looking out across onto centre court. I can actually see across my window, so pretty lucky to be living here this year. Not bad views, but could be a bit sunnier out there, like in Abu Dhabi. Rybakina's got it back to juice here. Yeah, it's big hitting. Some fairly long exchanges in the opening, and Kasatkina pushes it long. So first break point of the match to Rybakina. Let's see what she does on this one. The thing is with Rybakina, you don't want to be on the back foot early. If she's hitting it like we know she can, she's going to punish you. One thing I've noticed with Rybakina is, you know, she's one of those big hitters, and with these kind of players, you know, it can either be a pinpoint. Has that one just sailed long? Yes, it has. Early break for Rybakina. 2-love lead will serve to make it 3. But yeah, what I was just saying with Rybakina, these big hitters, a lot of the time it's either a pinpoint, you know, line licking winner, or it's just going to sail long with these shots. And I think it's not a bad approach to have to the game. We see it with players like Sabalenka, if they're in the groove of things, they're going to be playing well, they're going to be dominating, but it's just whether she can actually be in the groove. And that's why we see so many 6-love or 6-1 sets from Rybakina. Oh, she's just missed that volley. Love 15. So that's 2 net points that she's lost so far, Rybakina. At least she's going for it. She's got to move in. She's got to attempt it. But yeah, coming back to those about the bagel or 6-1 sets, I think in the 12 matches she's played so far prior to this one this season, Rybakina has won at least one set by 6-love or 6-1. So yeah, we'll see. Rightly so. She comes into it and she's been lobbed. Really is the commentator's curse. That's 3 now. So Rybakina coming in, she's trying out new things, and she's just been lobbed again to bring up love 30. Should probably just lay off the tactics talk. What can she do here to get herself out of a bit of a hole? First serve in the net. Yeah, another forehand push long by Kasatkina. Bit of a let-off for the Kazakh. So, Rybakina bidding for a 6th WTA title. She's won 5 on the tour already, 3 of them coming on hard court. So you'd feel as if she's got a good chance today against Kasatkina, who's bidding for a 7th title. Rybakina clearly the favourite, but actually Kasatkina's probably got a bit more experience. She's 2 years older. She's been on the tour for a while now. That's a double fault to bring up 2 breakback points for Kasatkina. But yeah, Kasatkina's been on the tour for a while now. She's been floating around the top 10 for years, which often goes unnoticed, I think. Since from back in 2019, I think she made it into in and around the top 10. She's been floating around that area consistently for years, but she's never really pushed on. Her highest, her furthest Grand Slam result was the semi-finals in 2022 of the French Open, losing out to Iga. But yeah, I think she's close to pushing on. Just a forehand there into the net from Kasatkina. 1 more break point. It's a big serve from Rybakina. Can she follow it up? There's a lot of these cross-court exchanges early on. Who will be... That's another one. Yeah, Kasatkina sailing these forehands long pretty early. Rybakina looking to find her way out of this game, saving 2 break points already. Yeah, going to be interesting. Obviously, Rybakina the clear favourite, but you never know. Yeah, it's a poor forehand there from the Kazakh, bringing up Kasatkina's 3rd break point in this game. Could be a good couple of weeks for the Kazakhs. Montpellier last week saw fellow Kazakh tennis player Sasha Bublik win the title. So Rybakina looking to add some Kazakh tennis fame these few weeks. We'll see how that goes. Incredible from Bublik last week to come back in every single one of them, and that's a double fault from Rybakina to gift the break of serve back to Kasatkina. 2-1 at the change of ends. Yeah, so last week, incredible from Bublik to come back in every one of his matches from a set down to win. What a comeback kid. I mean, you're not really used to seeing that type of mentality from someone like Sasha. And I wrote a piece on him last year because he had a horrible start to last year, but then he somehow turned it around midway through, getting the title in Halle. Incredible stuff. But I think it goes to show when players like this, who are often known to be a bit of the bad boys, the who are lacking mentality in the sport, when they are on their game and, you know, pumped up about something, they can achieve good things. So hopefully Sasha can keep his head more often and, you know, stay composed. I mean, at this top level, he's got the game for it. He just needs to, you know, really push. He's got the game. He's top 23 now, I think, is a career high. But yeah, really big things coming from him. Rybakina obviously turned things around after a disappointing second round exit in Melbourne to now go on to reach the final here with some good results against some varied opposition. She played Collins in her opening match and did well to get through that one, 3 sets coming from a set down against Collins, who had just beaten Naomi Osaka in the first round. Actually gave her a seeing to be honest. The 4-time Slam champion went past her with ease. So good from Rybakina to come back in that one, show some fighting spirit. Is that a clean winner? Yeah. 50-0 here. Clean winner from Kasatkina down the line. Rybakina then played Christina Buxer in her second match. Got through her comfortably, 6-1, 6-4. That's when her tennis really started to light up. And if she's playing tennis, lights up tennis like that, she can win many more slams on the surface. I think it's by far her favoured surface for those. Another double fault from Kasatkina there. I think that's her second or third. 15-30 now, a little bit more trouble. But yeah, I think Rybakina on hard court, that's her favoured surface. We'll see how she gets on in the upcoming slams. It's, you know, a bit disappointing losing to Blinkova like that. Okay, that's another forehand sailed long from Kasatkina. 2 more breakback points for the Kazakh. Let's see what she can do here. But yeah, it's a bit disappointing. We'll see how she bounces back with the Masters coming up. But yeah. Yeah, so living here with my auntie and uncle this year, and they are obviously gifted with such a good location just opposite from the All England Club. So I used to come a lot when I was younger. But in recent years, I've actually been doing hospitality work there. So I've actually been lucky enough to work in the Royal Box, which has been incredible. So, but now I'm qualifying to be a journalist. I'll be there in the press box, not in the hospitality areas. So that was another break-up serve there. 3rd consecutive. Rybakina back up with the break, serving 3-1 up. Now she's clicking into gear. What a winner from the outside. Down the line, 15 love. Kasatkina pondering. She's already been using that forehand chop quite a lot in the early stages here. Not great use, but we'll see how she can manage it. Rybakina once again at the net. Can she finish off? Unlucky. Good passing shot from Kasatkina there. Nothing really the Kazakh could do about that. 15-all. Almost guiding the half volley back into court there. This game is, of course, for bragging rights between the two. Head-to-head level at 2-all. This is their 5th meeting. Who will be the victor? Let us know below. I'm going with Rybakina. You can't really bet against her, especially if she's a breakup in this opening set. She doesn't seem to be playing as well as she has been this week, but it'll be interesting to see how she fares. She can click into the groove a bit. Yeah, that's a nice forehand there. 40-15. I think it's more in these early stages, the Russian Kasatkina has been kind of gifting Elena some of these cheap points. Her forehand is not cooking today. That's probably why we've seen some early forehand chops, because when she is attempting the flat forehand, she is sailing it long. That's another big serve. 4-1 at the change of ends. Another thing I've noticed with Rybakina, sport and politics, going Rybakina maybe in 3. Yeah, it's not a bad shout, to be fair. I mean, the way Rybakina is playing, she can either be lights out for 2 sets, or even just lights out for a set, switch off, and then come back. It's what she did against Samsonova. You know, she beat Samson, she thumped her in the first set, 6-love, dished out a bagel, then switched off a little bit, let Samsonova get back into the game, and then, you know, got the job done in the 3rd set. But it's what we see with these big hitters. It can either be you know, an easy couple of sets if they're in the groove, or, you know, it can take a while. So yeah, I've seen obviously the new Sky Sports tennis channel has just launched today. I've seen a lot of coverage for that. Really exciting times, actually, especially for us journalists. But yeah, I think they'll be mainly showing the ATP and WTA. I think they've got some slams on the deal as well, which is great. You know, it's great for the sport to have a dedicated channel. The only problem is I'm not sure about. I just had it on there, but they were showing Collins Kudermetova, I think, in Doha, which is a bit of an interesting selection over the final here in Abu Dhabi. So I'm not sure about that. But yeah, really exciting times ahead for Sky. Finally, a tennis channel for fans worldwide. Kasatkina back serving. Love 15. Can she find a way back in this first set? It's a tall order against Rybakina. And that's another double fault. Not when she's serving like that. No, she can't. I think that's double fault number 4 for Kasatkina in the early stages of this match. Yeah, she's not liking it. The expression says it all. Deflated. And there we go. Rybakina has won a point at the net with a cute angle on the volley there. Maybe she is going to win some points here at the net. No, I'm enjoying her, you know, coming in, showing some commitment to moving forward, getting in the net, trying to finish the points. Often we can see, you know, these big hitters, you know, afraid to come in and back up their approach shots. But Rybakina is not afraid to come in, even though she loses some of them. I like the way that she's attempting it. 3 break points here for Rybakina. Can she convert? Ooh, unlucky with the drop shot there from Kasatkina. Another game flies away from her. 5-1 now. Pretty quick opening set. I'm very happy that she's winning points at the net. It's good to see. Dreamt tennis. Kasatkina will still play round 1 in Doha tomorrow. Will she withdraw? I assume not, to be fair. How far is Abu Dhabi and Doha? Surely can't be that far. I assume she'll make it there in time, depending on how this match goes. I don't see her withdrawing. Yeah. Rybakina closing in on this opening set. Are we going to see another 6-1 set from Rybakina? That will make it her 6th, I think, of the season, or her 6th match at least, where she's won a set by 6-love or 6-1. booming ace down the tee, 30 love. There's probably no way back in this opening set. I'm actually a Stoke City fan, not a Man U fan, believe it or not. There we go. Kasatkina lighting up these forehands now. Can she make it count? There we go. Okay, 30-15. Kasatkina getting into it a bit now on the forehand side. I think when you're 5-1 down, you've got to just release and just go for it. And that's what she's trying to do. Even if it may not help you in this set, it will give you the boost of confidence going into set 2 to maybe think, okay, my forehand is working today. Let's get it going now. I mean, it's tough when Rybakina's serving like that, though. Another one out wide, 40-15, 2 set points for Kasatkina. In a quick opening set, just over 20 minutes played on the clock. John's eating a slightly aging papaya, so if we don't hear from him, we'll see. That is the opening set to Rybakina. No emotion from either player at the change of ends. That's one thing I do like about Rybakina, and I've liked it for a while now. Even during her loss to Blinkova in the second round of the Australian Open, she her mentality, she doesn't let the mentality affect her. She doesn't let those bad misses affect how she's going to play the next point. And I think that is the key to, especially on the WTA tour, when emotions are heightened. We often see players. We saw the other day actually with Ons Jabeur. I don't know what happened, but I remember watching her match against Haddad Maia. Deep into the second set, she was a bit tearful there, just because of maybe not tennis related as such at the time, but we often see emotions getting the better of players, and Rybakina is one of the only few players on the WTA tour who really knows how to channel that emotion into just playing better. She forgets about those bad points. She will then start up the next point, forget about it, move on. Makes me think of Sabalenka a couple of years ago when she couldn't serve. She just had no serve. I think it was like averaging about 20 double faults a match in that Australian summer swing. And okay, even if you're playing a bit badly, just forget about it, move on. It's sometimes it's hard to do that, and I think this is what Rybakina does so well. That's why I'm a big fan of her. She doesn't let things get the better of her. She's gracious in defeat. Yeah, that's why I was so pleased for when she won Wimbledon in 2022. Someone like that, quite innocent. Just watching the highlights here. We had the American duo earlier, Kenin and Matek Sands, win the doubles in Abu Dhabi. That's nice to see them doing well. Good to see Kenin as well. Hopefully she can make some moves on the singles court this year. Really enjoy watching Kenin play. A lot of comebacks this year on the women's side. Osaka, Raducanu, as well as Kenin maybe a bit back end of last season, but we're seeing a lot of comebacks, but it's actually not going to plan. I did, as John has just put up there, I did do a piece on it yesterday about the comeback curse, as I like to call it. We all had the Netflix curse last season when all of the stars in the documentary were, losing in the first round of the Australian Open. This year is the comeback curse, in my opinion. Okay, start of the second set here. 15-all, Kasatkina serving. Let's see if she can find some form. Kenin was very close to beating Iga Ramon at AO. Yes, she was indeed. That's why they don't make her one of the face of WTA, maybe because WTA hates her coach. Or who are you speaking about there? Dreamt Tmesis? 30-all here in this opening game. Marginal error there from Rybakina. Kasatkina's forehand looks to be popping off a bit more now, which is good to see. See how this will affect the second set. Yeah, it's a good return right at the feet of Kasatkina from Rybakina. Sails long. Opening game. It's another break point. Things could slowly slip away from Kasatkina here if the Kazakh converts. That's a big serve down the tee. Follows it up with a nice inside-out forehand winner to save break point. Wow, that's a big break point save there from Kasatkina. That could just change things here in the second set. Another return right at the feet of Kasatkina, sorry, and Rybakina has another break point in this game. Advantage Rybakina. Will she convert this time? As coach Flavio Cipolla looking on. Kasatkina's coach was also an ATP player himself. Kasatkina rushing the net this time and making the smash. It's good to see her coming in now. I just like it when players are coming to the net. Juice, back to Juice now. Just clipping the line, that one. Another good return for Rybakina. This cross-court backhand exchange. Just sailing long there from Rybakina. She looks more composed though, Rybakina. When you think of her, you know, she's obviously going for all her shots, but she's playing sensible. She's waiting for the right time to move in and change direction, which is good to see. She's not being too erratic, which is sometimes what we do see from Elena Rybakina. So we'll see how things progress in this second set. Wow, just as I say that, she sails a forehand return well long. So Kasatkina holds to start off this second set. The fans loving it in Abu Dhabi. Shout out to Sumit Nagal. What a season he's having. What an incredible season he's having. So Rybakina serving now. Love one down. Interestingly, in San Jose in 2022, Kasatkina also lost the first set 6-1 against Rybakina, but then went on to win 6-2, 6-love in the following two sets to win against Rybakina. Could that happen today? We shall find out. Interesting stat there. I think, yeah, that was San Jose. That was the same year that she went on to win the title there, Kasatkina, in San Jose. So big performance there. Kasatkina, obviously 6 WTA titles to her name, the first coming back in 2017, but the most recent is that San Jose title in 2022. Rybakina obviously not fresh off the back, but opened the season well with the title in Brisbane. So looking to back that up. I didn't actually see that Nagal video. I'll have a look for that. But yeah, as you guys say, I mean, Nagal is having an incredible year. Obviously, that run at the Australian Open, which is great to see. Great to see doing great things for Indian tennis. That forehand just clipping the line there from Rybakina. 15:30 though, bit of trouble here. From financial struggles to the struggling builder. Nice, I'll definitely be giving that a watch after this. Put that in my notes. I mean, it's a great story, really is. Also, Rybakina, another amazing story coming from Indian tennis. Really is. 43 years old, the oldest ever world number one. I mean, what a year, what a time. And that's another point at the net won by Rybakina. Lovely to see. 40-30. Game point. Got herself out of a bit of trouble there at 15:30. But she came into the net and you see what happens. Yeah, clinical from Rybakina there. Just playing Kasatkina at her own game. Shopping that forehand past Kasatkina, who rushes the net. 1-1 here in the second set. As I said before, all 4 of their meetings have been on the surface. Both level at 2 apiece. So interesting to see who will get the bragging rights in this one. Their last match in Montreal last year was an epic. It was 10-8 in the deciding set tiebreak for Rybakina, rallying from a set down and saving match point to get over the line in that one. Could we see another epic today? Who knows? Not if Rybakina can keep up the level. Oh, yeah, so just a great forehand cross. Beautiful from Rybakina there. Kasatkina wondering what to do. Looking over to her coach again for answers. Definitely a bit of fatigue setting in from yesterday's match with Haddad Maya. She came through an epic just under 3 hours. So Kasatkina's legs definitely feeling a bit worse for wear. That's another one wide from Kasatkina, love 30. Bit of trouble here again. It'll be good to get Damien back on when I leave. What was the question there? Just long from Rybakina on the backhand slice. Kasatkina's also had some tough opposition in Aisling Kruger earlier in her second round match. She got through that one comfortably, but Aisling Kruger is an up-and-coming star, obviously the brother of Mitchell Kruger, you know, tennis family through and through, big hitter. She's definitely one to watch out for. Oh, wow, that is interesting. Yeah, I mean, I used to love watching Nadal on the. I mean, he would always pop up on those clay court challenges. He's a proper grinder, so it's good to see him doing well. And yeah, that's the tough reality of pro life on the pro tennis tour. It's tough to see, but then, you know, all that hard work and dedication finally paying off. It's rewarding. 2 break points here for Kasatkina. She's just challenging the ball. But it was indeed in. Wow, well then. Could we be nearing the end of this match already? That's a break of serve for Rybakina. She leads 2-1 a set and 2-1 up. I mean, it's not as if Rybakina is having to do much, to be honest. She's obviously playing well, but she's not playing super aggressive like she usually does. Kasatkina is just not with it today. Definitely a bit of fatigue setting in. Sorry. So yeah, it's a long way back now against the Kazakh, who will be serving with a break advantage in this second set. Yeah, what do you guys think about the Marseille final? Who's going to be the winner in that one? Dimitrov or Humbert? It's great to see Humbert on home soil doing so well. I remember going to UTS in London in December. Had a press box there, and on the media day, he was hitting with some of the players there, and he was striking it so well. So it's good to see he's having a good start to the season. Jerome, here's a question for you. What's the best non-Wimby tournament in the UK? Great question. One of the ones I really like, obviously not far from Wimbledon, is Surbiton. I really like it because it's, the start of the grass court season. Everyone's in a great mood. I remember I went a few years ago. All the players were in a great mood. The sun's out. That's definitely up there. Yeah, I do. I mean, it's strange because it's synonymous with. Oh, that's a lovely drop shot there from Kasatkina. Love 15. But yeah, British tennis is obviously synonymous with grass court tennis, which is obviously great, and I do love it, of course, in the summer. But I gotta say, having the ATP finals here, that was a real blessing. To have some, tennis in London, in the UK, outside of the summer months. So I really hope that we do start to have the introduction of some British tournaments outside of those summer months. We've obviously got lots of different ITFs. We actually have the Nottingham Challenger going on at the moment, but there's a lot of ITF tournaments which I do love. Love 30 here for Kasatkina. She might find a way back in if she can break. Of course, yeah, the Glasgow Challenger getting underway as well. Yeah, it's good to see I mean, I'm a big fan of challenger level tennis. I don't know. It's obviously the real tennis fans will love all types of tennis, but that's how I sort of got into tennis, is through going to these challenges. You get great access. Not many people go. It's underrated. It's good to. I'd honestly thoroughly advise people to get watching the challenges. Love 40 now for Kasatkina. Can she break back, level the set at 2-2? She's just pushing Rybakina a little more side to side now, rather than getting pushed the other way around. First serve into the net. Is Birmingham happening? I assume Birmingham is happening, yeah, for another year in the summer. And that one sails wide as well. Well then, back level, 2 apiece in this second set. That's a big turning point. Can she now capitalise? She did the same in the first set. She broke back Rybakina straight away, but then she lost the break once more. So it'll be interesting to see if she can hold here after breaking to love. Yeah, some patient play. Oh, that's a beautiful, beautiful drop shot there from Elena Rybakina, going up love 15, just finding the angle. Great touch and execution from the Kazakh. Well, that would be a shame. We don't want any sort of talking tennis curse here. Love 30 now for Rybakina. It's happening again. As soon as I said it, the same as the first set, Kasatkina gets the break back, but instantly finds herself on the back foot in this game. Love 30 down on serve. She needs something special here. That's a big first serve, just long. That's another double fault from Kasatkina. Wow. Smashes her racket on the foot. Three more break points for Rybakina. Can she convert? Well, that serve looked just long, but Rybakina plays it and hits her shot wide. So there's one saved. 2 more to go. And it sails long. The backhand slice, Kasatkina, is broken once more by the Kazakh. 3-1, 3-2, sorry, to Rybakina, who will serve after the change of ends with a break advantage. It's interesting, the only time that these two have played when it hasn't gone the distance was actually in Abu Dhabi in the third round 3 years ago, when Rybakina won 6-3, 6-4 in straight sets. All of their other 3 matches have gone the distance. So would it be fitting for another Abu Dhabi match to be over in straight sets? I'm sure we'll find out soon. Kasatkina needs to come up with some magic here to get back in this match. $5,580 subscribers. That's good to see. Yeah, I do actually play tennis, and that is why I'm leaving now, because I've got a tournament actually starting at 3 o'clock. So I've got to drive down there to be there on time. But yeah, I'm quite tall. I'm 6'3", so I'd like to say I'm a bit of a serve and volleyer. I like to come into the net quite a lot. I think that's maybe why I'm talking about it so much in this match, but it's good to see when players come into net. I just think it's, it shows a bit of aggression and a bit of desire to finish those points off. But yeah, two-hander, like to come to the net. Rybakina here. You could say that. Need to take some tips off Karlovic for that one. Kasatkina now trying to find a way back into this match. Is Damien a pusher? Wow, who would have thought it? I can imagine him just grinding out those clay court wins on. Is he? I would not want to play him. I don't like those pushers at all. But they get the job done, So credit to them. They know how to wind people up. Rybakina here now trying to finish off this set, finish off the match, get over to the line and add another title to her trophy cabinet. The already impressive trophy cabinet that is Elena Rybakina's. 15-all here. I'm not sure if that's actually a joke, but if he does, that is genius. Okay, bit of a fist bump here now from Kasatkina, trying to find a way back into this match, trying to get the energy levels up. And I think coming back to that mentality that I was talking about earlier, it's good if you divert, if you channel your, emotion into the match itself and into trying to get back into the match. But if you're, trying to, get back into a match and you're just getting down and down on yourself, there's no way back. And that's why I love either like Kasatkina just did, show us a bit of emotion there, or like Rybakina, to stay calm and composed and forget about those bad errors, bad misses. Have you acquired any ATP points? No ATP points yet for me. I just play, I'm not just regional level, nothing major. Regional tours, no national tours yet. I'm not at that level, but yeah, I do like to keep it going. Definitely playing grade 3s mainly. Am I getting Shelton numbers? Do you mean, is Shelton getting Jerome numbers? That's the question. Long rally here. Kasatkina chopping a forehand back. Changing up. There we go, you see. Another one from Kasatkina. Big point. She was the one to dictate that rally. She changed the direction, and she's rewarded for it. Break point. Another break point in this match. For a fourth consecutive break, actually. If she can convert here. Big deep return from Kasatkina. Who's going to falter here? Who's going to blink first? Rybakina is the one to change direction. Playing the patience game. Kasatkina demanding more from herself. Oh, is it in? Is it good? The backhand winner down the line to break. Will there be a challenge from Rybakina? I'm not sure. What a point. What a way to finish the point. Beautiful two-handed backhand down the line from Kasatkina to break back. 3 games all now in this second set. That's a 4th consecutive break. What's going to happen next? Just seeing the hawk on that, just clipping the line. Beautiful stuff. Yeah, the rating system in the UK is changed now, actually. They're doing it by this WTN, World Tennis Number, I think. And it's basically 0 to 40 instead of starting at 10. Yeah, you're correct. I think she held serve at the start of the second set. She held start of the second set, but yeah, you're right. She's only held serve once. Good for pointing that out. Too many double faults from her game. Yes. But some more energy here from Kasatkina, which is good to see. Although she is not moving very well. Oh, and she gets another winner down the line. Just standing there centrally, trying to move Rybakina around. You can see that the legs are tired from that 3-setter yesterday. Be interesting to see what happens here. It's 2 winners in a row. Some longer exchanges now. And it's Rybakina who decides to switch up the angle. Lovely winner down the line from Rybakina. I think this game has gone in the way of the one who wants to dictate the points. As you'd expect, Rybakina normally the victor in that regard. That's a good serve, though, from Kasatkina. Rybakina gets it back, but Kasatkina puts it away. Okay, 2 game points here for another hold for Kasatkina. Few and far between, as John points out. Yeah, I can sort of agree with that. Watching her now, you know, she's obviously she's known for her running almost in some senses, but you're right, she does have a bit of a weird bit of footwork compared to the other movers of the ball. And that's why she's been using that chop forehand so much, I think, is because she's not getting to the ball quick enough. And that's why she's having to adjust her grip and hit that forehand chop. I think tiredness, fatigue plays into it as well, definitely. But yeah, we'll see what happens here. So she's ahead in this one at 4-3. Back on serve, we'll see. We shall see. Interesting to see if she can actually push, if she can push on into, you know, those deep into those second weeks of slams now. As I said before, she's been around the top 10 for so long. So it's only a matter of time that she, you know, pushes on. It might be getting too late now. She's 26, so she's nearing, you know, passing her peak almost. You'd think she'd be round about it near enough now. Career high of number 8 last season. So we'll see what happens. I mean, it'd be interesting to see if she can, you know, push on and maybe challenge for a slam title one day. Rybakina also, since winning Wimbledon, obviously had that amazing run the following year, the Australian Open, where she lost to Sabalenka. But since then has been struggling at slams. So I really hope to see her back in a final of a slam and challenging, contesting. The women's game has always been so open, but now I think we're actually starting to see some household names starting to form, a bit of dominance from the top players, the likes of Sabalenka, Goff, Swiatek. Although Swiatek, you know, really inconsistent recently at slams. So yeah, really, I mean, you saw Sabalenka last year. She was by far the most dominant force on the women's tour in Grand Slams. Yeah, I mean, really strange. I mean, Swiatek has just not been performing at slams in recent times. Few and far between the good runs. So Rybakina serving here. 30 love. Looking like she's going to get the hold here. To be honest, it's funny you say that. You mentioned Opelka there, and to be honest, I've always thought this. I thought Opelka, no matter how tall he is and how clunky he may feel, he's actually a good mover. And I don't want to hear otherwise, because I really enjoyed watching him play. I really hope gets, you know, I'm not actually sure what his situation is. I think he came back and played recently, but I really want to see him. I think he played a challenger recently, but I really want to see him back on the tour. He's a good mover. I don't care what people say. He is a good mover for his height. So yeah, she does own AO. You're right. That's back-to-back AO titles for Sabalenka. Will she get another one? We shall find out. Kasatkina struggling there. 40-15. Couple of game points. Yeah, it's a great point there about Medvedev. Also a bit of a clunky guy, but he can still move. He can still move, and you've seen it from him so often. People always talk about his technique, but I think he graces the court, to be honest. No, I think you're right to put Opelka in that same category, definitely. But I'm just saying, I actually think he is a good mover for his height. So definitely, Tommy Paul. Yeah, you mentioned that, playing well at the minute. Kasatkina now serving 4-all, trying to find a way back in. That's not going to help. That's yet another double fault. Love 15. Yeah, maybe graces the court is probably not the most appropriate word to use there. It's a big exchange here. Side to side. Kasatkina trying to move Rybakina around now. It's a really long rally. Just, did it? The line umpires called it in. The rally keeps going. And now Rybakina moves to the net. High ball on the smash and gets it with the winner. Love 30. This could be nearing the end here. A guy who's taller than Mehdi moving really well could be cool to see. Well, guy who's taller than Mehdi moving really well. Opelka. Big Riley. Yeah, it's a good point about Fritz, actually. What I've noticed is his contact point. He just seems a bit off and kind of jolts almost to open up the body. But it's been effective, especially on his forehand side, and it's so effective. So keep it that way. I always say, you know, people have different techniques, unique styles, and if it works, you know, so what? Like Yannick Sinner, I mean, he's not the conventional, he hasn't got the conventional tennis style. Like if you look at him, he's quite bulky, but it works. Like his timing is perfect, always on point. So yeah, people can have different styles. 30-all here. Kasatkina finding a way back from love 30. Can she claw her way out of this game to pile the pressure back on the Kazakh? Not with a double fault, she can't. Wow, 30-40 break point. You feel like this is a virtual match point here for the Kazakh. Gifted by yet another double fault from Kasatkina. She's decided to change. Is Rybakina going to challenge? Yes, she is. That looked just wide for me. Rybakina is challenging. Kasatkina thinks it's good. Just on the outside edge. Wow. Millimeters. What a breakpoint save there. And yet again, it's the one who decides to switch up the direction who is winning the point. That's a big return though. Looking for an instant response is Rybakina. Tries to go down the line, pushes in, and puts the volley away. Beautiful. Beautiful from Rybakina. Set up another break point, another virtual match point. Can she go over the line? Here we go. Another cross-court exchange. Kasatkina, that's just too good. Kasatkina trying to stay in the rally, but the oncoming Elena Rybakina fires a cross-court forehand winner to convert the break point and put herself in a very good position to serve out this match now and serve out this championship in Abu Dhabi. The WTA 500 event. It will be her sixth WTA title and a 7th title in total. A 2nd this year after winning in Brisbane in the opening week. Rybakina looking to conclude a solid couple of weeks for the Kazakhs with their compatriot Sasha Bublik converting in Montpellier last week. She will also gain bragging rights over Kasatkina, as this is their fifth meeting, having shared the points 2 apiece. This is sort of a decider, but you feel like it's all but over here for Kasatkina. I'm a big fan of the Kazakhs. You know, the Kazakhstan Tennis Federation. Big fan of their work. Hopefully, you know, obviously we've got the tournament in Astana. What's that question there? Who would you rather having back in a street brawl? Murray, Evo, or Watson? It's a good question. Surely it's got to be Evo. Wouldn't want to mess with Evo when he's in a bad mood. Definitely not. Don't want to get on his wrong side. Okay, so serving for the championship here, Elena Rybakina, the number 1 seed. Can she serve it out? Big serve down the tee, just wide though. Second serve. It's another forehand sailing long. Wow. Kasatkina's game has just not been there today. I think a big part of it is the fatigue from yesterday's 3-hour marathon match with Haddad Maia. But she's just not been there. She hasn't come up with the answers for Rybakina. Rybakina's just been pummeling her way through service games. And it's quite the opposite for Kasatkina, who's having to struggle. 30 love here, just 2 points away from the championship. Adding a 500 level tournament to the already exceptional trophy cabinet that belongs in Elena Rybakina's house. She's got 2 Masters titles in there, Indian Wells and in Rome 2023, as well as, of course, that Wimbledon title in 2022. Here she's got 3 championship points. I hope so. I got to the final a few weeks ago and then fell short at the final hurdle, so hopefully we can change things today. Sorry, 30-15 here, not 40 love. Oh, it's just clipped over. Kasatkina with the forehand return, clips the net and dribbles over. 30 all. Can she find a way back in this game with a little bit of help from the net? You see, other players on the WTA Tour would be fuming right now. But Rybakina, she's calm, she's composed. Although, what is happening now? I think the rain is stopping this now. Yeah, there's rainfall in Abu Dhabi. The players have just been called off to take a seat at the change of ends. Wow. 30 all here. What a decisive moment. How will that change things? Let's see. Let's hope it's only a dribble, but wow. I'm not actually a member of a club this year because I'm only in, I've just moved to London, so I'm, looking around. There's a waiting list for everyone. I'm actually originally from Cambridge, so I'm a member there, but not in London at the moment. I just play tournaments to try and keep it going. But I'll be looking for a membership soon. Mate, the comparison with Chapeau for John, surely that's a compliment. I mean, not the times, not at the minute with Chapeau, struggling bad on his comeback. That's another one that I really, really want to see do well this year. I want to see Chapeau back inside at least the top 30. I think he's more than capable. He's playing at 50% of his real potential. Exactly. Yeah, we'll see how long this rain delay is. They're staying on court for the minute. I mean, yeah, arguably that might be his best moment. His worst moment is probably, I mean, I love the guy, but his worst moment is probably that rap that he did. I think it was Indian Wells, I think, after one of his wins, and he just pulled out one of his raps, and it was probably the most cringe things one of the most cringe things I've seen on a tennis court. But I do love the guy. Well, you can't beat that, can you? Of course. So you're a United fan as well, John. Wow. I'm not sure I feel about that. I mean, it's better than Chelsea or Arsenal, so don't mind it at all. You're playing today, aren't you? West Ham, is it later? Yeah. Oh no, Villa. That's at 4:30. Yeah. Oh well, that's interesting. So it looks like the players are just warming up again here. I think they'll go straight into it because it's been under 5 minutes, so they're not allowed to have a warm up. They're going straight back into the points. So 2 points away from the championship, Elena Rybakina will serve out this championship. Can she do it? Or can Kasatkina pull off something remarkable with probably the help from that rain delay and the net cord? Ball boys just finishing off with the towels, wiping down the lines. We should be ready for the recommencement of play. So here we go, 2 points away. Booming serve down the tee, and the return from Kasatkina sails long. Championship point for Elena Rybakina, the number 1 seed. Can she add an impressive second title of 2024 to her repertoire? Big serve out wide, follows it up with a big forehand cross, and the backhand is into the net from Kasatkina. The nonchalant fist pump from Rybakina as the two embrace at the net. Obviously good friends on the tour. Little emotion shown from Rybakina, but she gets the job done. She is the Abu Dhabi champion. Brilliant performance from her, continuing an unbelievable start. Well, unbelievable, I say. She's an informed player, to say the least, but her start to the season has been interesting. She gets another win under her belt. That's 2 titles to start the year. Impressive start from the Kazakh. As for Kasatkina, she'll be happy with a good run to the final there for the world number 14. At 26 years of age, adding another final to her list. It was always going to be a tall order against Rybakina, the number 1 seed, who had it all today. But I think Kasatkina will be disappointed in the way she performed on court in this final. There she is, just walking over to her coaching staff. But yeah, she didn't bring her A game today. But hopefully she'll be back in more finals and back reaching second weeks of slams into the top 10. Thank you. Yeah, indeed it is. Hopefully I'll be back again if John will have me on. It's been a pleasure. Lovely stuff. We will see. Sunday is filled. Sunday fun day today. Marseille final. Also got the WTA final in Cluj-Napoca. Be interesting to see who prevails in that one between Pliskova and Bogdan, the home favourite, of course, Bogdan coming from Romania. Marseille, Dimitrov and Humbert, as we mentioned before. What a start to the season for Dimitrov, another one who's resurfacing. But yeah. Interesting to see. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I'll hopefully see you soon.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
Ready? Play.
Emma Raducanu has given an interview with the BBC where she's outlined her plans to return from injury, when that will be. She's also explained what she's been up to whilst away, and she's been watching much tennis. She's also got an answer for the critics, of which, some are on social media, but also, of course, many within the media. And she's also explained which is the slam that she would most like to win. What is her ultimate dream in tennis? So as I say, the interview was given to BBC London earlier on today, where she outlined her plans to return to next season, and also how she would one day love to win Wimbledon. So she will make her return to tennis next season after struggling with injuries mainly since May, She obviously had injuries since then, but she hasn't played since May. She withdrew from the Madrid Open, I think on the eve of the tournament, to basically have some operations. She's missed 3 of the 4 Grand Slams. She did play in Australia, where she lost to Coco Gauff. And of course, just a couple of days ago, she dropped out of the world's top 200 and did confirm in this interview with BBC London that she will not be returning to the tour until next year. Britain didn't make the Billie Jean King Cup finals, which will take place in Seville in the south of Spain in November. Also, she has no hope of making the WTA finals, also in November. So she confirmed that next season will be her return to tennis. 20-year-old also said that the slams are obviously finished now, but it has been difficult to watch them go by. She was just said, "I want to stay in my lane as much as possible and keep focused on my recovery," were her exact words. The 20-year-old has been hampered by injuries since winning that US Open title in 2021, when remarkably she managed to qualify and go all the way to the title without dropping a set in New York. She also made British #1 at one point as a result, but has not gone beyond the second round of any Grand Slam since that mesmeric, incredible run 2 years ago, when she became the first British woman in 44 years to win a major singles title since Virginia Wade. She was also asked about how she deals with criticism, and Raducanu had this to say: "The fact they are still talking about me, even though I'm not at these events, is just a compliment. Someone told me once, for example, worry when they're not talking about you," she added. Raducanu has of course returned to the practice court. We did see some glimpses of her playing some short tennis in August, for example, the first time since she underwent surgery earlier on this year. And in fact, she only did play 10 matches in the first 5 months of the year. She said she does hope to return to better form and fulfill her Wimbledon dreams. "Wimbledon is the dream," she said, "and always has been growing up." Of course, she's from the UK, so it makes sense. She said, "It's the ultimate dream to win Wimbledon." Back in May, she seemed to undergo 3 successful surgeries. She said that she underwent the surgeries on both of her wrists and her ankle in a letter posted on social media. In fact, she said at the time, "It's safe to say the last 10 months, so that would have been the summer of 2022 until these surgeries in May of this year, have been difficult as I dealt with a recurring injury on a bone of both hands," she said at the time. She said she tried to manage the pain and play through it for most of the year, but in the end, it was just getting too much. She was missing so much of training as well as certain tournaments anyway, that for her it made sense to go ahead with these procedures. Well, now she has confirmed that she will be back. I would imagine, therefore, for the Australian swing, maybe United Cup, end of December, beginning of January perhaps, for the 250 in New Zealand or elsewhere. And then, of course, the Australian Open. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss